This stuff has got trash stats. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible stats. They're bad. So to start off with, this is what it looks like when you first get it. It's blue. But first, before you get it all blue stuff, you have to complete the steps to get this one completed. Once you get that completed, you go and I'll show you. Let's take you right there. We gotta go to this lady on the tower here, and you meditate in front of this. Oh, I'm not the fire team leader. One second here. I gotta bounce out of the fire team. Bear with me. It takes a few minutes to get there. I should really learn to edit my videos, just fast forward like the other guys do, but that's alright. I gotta go talk to her again, Jimmy. I don't even know what for. So while I'm flying, and I'll show you this. So each gear piece has got certain little quest step you have to do to get it done. Now this is my third time doing it, so I've got a lot less to do, because for each character you get less and less steps, or at least a lot less of each one to do. But see, look, this one here is 91 stats on it. When this is maxed, it'll be like 62 stats on it. So just not quite worth it, because even after you masterwork it, let's see, here it goes. You had 10, so it'd be 74 plus 12. You're looking at the most, what, 86 total stat points. And if you, as you can see here, Titans need a lot of resilience. I have 12 points of resilience on this piece of gear. Really? With all my gear pieces on, I have 100 in resilience, about 42 in mobility, and 70 some in intellect. And if you don't believe me, see, there's 122. This here's 91. And if you look at the breakdown of it, very high resilience, high strength, reasonable amount of intellect, not real high for that piece. But then each gear piece I got just gets better, see? So, when you get your stuff done, you come talk to this lady here. She gives you a little quest step, tells you to come over here and meditate, and then you get the next step. And it goes on like this for a while.
I hope you took time to bask in every one of those moments.
I want to skip talk, listen to you talk. What do you want me to come here for?
Time when your
there we go.
Kept us safe.
Another quest step to help me get this stuff
Good
done
luck, Guardian.
before I can make it purple. I'm just going to see if it reduced anything for me, because it's my third time. It didn't reduce any further. So then I go like this. I'll show you the finished product, what it looks like. Well, not completely finished, but I'm right there. I'm at the very last step where you get the glow. It doesn't even masterwork the gear. So I'm going to grab my Warlock here real quick, just so that everybody who is even watching this, which is sure isn't very many, but it is not good. It's quite disappointing considering how much you have to grind to get all the gear done. Here, Jimmy, if you want, you can inspect this character. I'll put all my Solstice gear on. I'll let you know when it's all on. You can take it and inspect me, and you'll notice the stats are next to terrible. I mean, the stats are pretty evenly spread out amongst the gear pieces, so it gives you a nice variety, but I like to have high resilience in my Warlock, just because that way she can take a little bit of a punch. Still not the best, you know, for, it's not a, Warlocks are nowhere near a tank, but I like to take a little bit of a beating. And see, right now I'm at 6%, so if I had this topped out, it's actually like 12 or 13, something I can't remember exactly, but I usually have it maxed. But as you can see, the stat roll on this gear is, it's not good. It's low. Jimmy, inspected my character so you can see it. I got all the pieces of Solstice on. See how the, I mean, it's very evenly spread out, except for Discipline. Discipline's really low, and so is Strength. But Warlocks don't need Strength, and you don't really need Discipline unless you're running a Grenade spec, which Grenade spec is I'll be honest, it's really fun to run a grenade spec. And as you can see, my helmet isn't done because you gotta do Master Nightfall, and my light level is not quite high enough to allow me to do it. And the 7 Trials of Osiris Winds, I gotta do that yet, so I'll do that later on today before it resets, or tomorrow perhaps, maybe, because I'm not feeling real ambitious. But considering all the work you do on this gear, this is just terrible. The stat roll is horrible. Because you max this out again, you're looking at 85 total stats, which overall total stats is good. But the intellect is low, resilience is low, recovery is low. It's just not that great, and it has high mobility. Which, I don't know, warlocks to me don't really seem like you need a lot of mobility, because they jump really well and move fairly quick as it is without mobility. So I like to personally have a lot of recovery, a lot of resilience, and as high intellect as possible. But that's just me, that's how I like to build my stuff, and I'll show you the difference. With the gear, I'll put on all my best gear here. Yeah, this is my good one. Now the Solstice boots, I believe, are actually better than my masterworked one. Okay, they're not even masterworked yet. So, yeah, again, that's better. But see, my resilience on this pair here is better. Intellect is only 1 point less. And so for a 4-point drop, it's really not worth it to me to run it. But I do anyways, because once I put on this, my resilience is still fairly high. It's only 79. Again, not quite what I like to have it at, but it's all right. Resilience is decent, and my intellect is very good, which is important to me because I like to be able to use my super as much as possible. It just helps take down bosses and is really good at ad clearing. So aesthetically, the Solstice gear is really nice, but again, doesn't quite have the glow that they made it out to look like it has. But if I take and switch my gear back, so I wear some of the Solstice stuff, the pieces that I got completed do glow nice enough that it kind of makes my helmet look like it's done, even though it's not, because my exotic helmet has a nice shine to it because I put a decent shader on it. So it kind of makes you look sparkly and shiny. See, Jimmy, if you inspect my character, you inspecting me still or no? No. You can quick if you want. I'll show you how I did my warlock. Kind of makes her glow a little bit. But again, the resilience dropped. Which I've heard people say it's not that big of a deal, but you notice it. If you have a max resilience on a warlock versus not, you do notice you can take a bit of a beating versus having it this low. But again, if you like your stats spread out evenly, then yes, go for Solstice gear, because you'll get a nice spread. But if you're like me and like certain stats higher than others, then you're going to want to swap out pieces just because it's not going to work well for you to not do it. Again, I like to have my intellect high, so then I got to wear my better gauntlets. And so even with these gauntlets, it actually doesn't look terrible. I mean, if I put a different shader on it, it'd look better. But just the gauntlets bumped my resilience up a little bit, and my intellect up a little bit more. Which is a warlock, you like to have high intellect because you want your super to hit fast. Because a warlock is made to hit hard, but not take a lot of a lot of damage yourself. Anyways, not impressed with the gear. I don't know if it was worth the grind or not. Personally, I'd say not, especially when you go to the store and purchase the ornaments, which gives you the glow and gives you the aesthetically pleasing gear without having to go through the pain in the ass of grinding for it, because the grind it's quite a grind. So you can come right here and buy it for 6,000. But again, it's also the preview, gives you an idea of how much the glow is really underrated or overrated. They freaking take and make it sound like it's gonna glow really badass, and you watch the preview of the videos. I don't know if you watch the videos of it or not, but it looks like the gear is glowing a lot more than it is, almost like give you like a halo effect, or or kind of like an aura sense around your character. And as you can see here, just by doing a preview of it, it does nothing of the sort. It's just like a light glow to it, but nothing significant. So if I go back and do it again, what I'm saying is I just go back and get the bright dust and just buy the whole set right there. Way less of a headache to grind out bright dust than it is to just grind out this gear, because damn, the steps I had to go through to get this gear are insane. And I'm not even done yet either with some of these pieces. If you look, Master Nightfall, that's going to be horrific to get done. Those are done. I think my chest piece is done too. Oh, it's on me. Yeah, that one's completed. Boots, 7 Winds and Trials of Cyrus. Not terrible, but considering it's the third step you have to do in Legendary, makes it kind of just not fun. And this one I already got completed. I forgot what I had to do for that, but it wasn't terrible. But anyways, geez, I gotta clean up my inventory here. My slots are really full. Well, that one's fine, but my special slot is looking a little overloaded, and my primary slot's definitely overfull. Anyways, wanted to do a quick video there just to show you that stuff, and yeah, hopefully Destiny fixes it soon and makes the stat drop a little bit better, because it's terrible. Terrible drop rate. Or stat rate on it is just horrible, I should say. And then you can go and farm for chests and keys, and then opening up these chests gives you a chance that you'll get better roll stat stuff, which I have yet to have that happen. All the stuff I've had roll out of there for me has been worse than the crap I already got on here. So to me, it's just not worth the grind. It's more of a headache than anything else. And as you can see by my inventory here, I do a lot of grinding, so I've had no luck personally. Anyways, that's the video on the Solstice gear for now, and I'll get back to you later if I get more of it done and can actually show you the total package when it's completed. Have a good night. Later. Okay, I'm gonna go off air now, then I'm gonna go get some food.